A very good evening and welcome to UBC News Tonight, where it's just 1 minute to 10 p.m. as we start our bulletin. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha, coming to you live from the Now Avenue. Let's take a look at our headlines today. In UBC News Tonight, blogger Isma Olaxess buried in Kokonjeru Mukono. Still to come, government vows to bring the killers of Tusovida Ibrahim Isma to justice. General Muhoozi gives 274 cows to Agago district. Now, earlier in the day, Tusovida Ibrahim, also known as Isma Olaxess Jinja, was shot dead by unknown gunmen, and that was yesterday while heading to the gate where he was staying in his apartment in Jinja, Nakawa Division, on Saturday evening. News started saturating on social media platforms, indicating that one of the bloggers had been shot dead, as you're about to witness in our story.
A Kampala social critic also says on the blogger Tusovida Ibrahim, also known as Jinja, has been killed. Isma Olaxess was shot at around 9:20 p.m. in Jinja Saturday evening while heading at his gate where he was staying. He was being driven in a drone car number UBK 213D.
Tubaddeko Kasese trading center nga tujja motoka yaba Isma etuli maaso netusinkana mu kajjamu katono ye motoka yaabwe netuyitako nejja naffe nga tujja mpolampola tubadde tutuluka wali mu trading center Jinja ku Carrying Road otuwulidde amasasi.
Tulina kirala kye tugenda kukola, tulina kuguma ffenna gye tuli pozi n'okubaako kye tuyiga kati kuba we cannot just say that is gone.
Police and other security agencies cordoned off the crime scene before embarking on the examination of the deceased and the entire vehicle. Leaders including Nakawa RCC, Sharon Kyomugisha, lamented the lack of surveillance cameras by landlords.
Mbasaba ekisooka babeere bagumu ate mu kubeera bagumu nabo bongera okulaba nti babeera bulindaala kubanga yese kyali wa minisita twakitegeera ffena nti yali bodyguard we naye kyayisima abajaja ichuli abadde muntu gwe tanategeera so kitegeeza nti omuntu wa bulijjo nga nze naawe tulina okulaba nti tufaayo nnyo nti omuntu abaze ku kyalo nga tomutegedde temyako muno.
It was around 1:30 a.m. when police bought their funeral car and picked the body of the deceased to Mulago Hospital for post-mortem report. UBC TV also visited the deceased father's home situated in Reza in Kisoro district. Tusovida's father described how he received the sad news of the death of his son.
Komukyala we ngamba ngati omulabe tonaba mulaba nengamba nziramu mulabe kubanga mwana ye mumanyi byayogera ngate bikambwe kambye jukanye nengati kale nenkola ki simu negiteeka wali ne wayita eddakiika 10-15 adde nkyali awo beva iwasa nankubire muli nenkimanya nti ekidala Katonda yakigera nga bisime ekyo kyajja okufa era kyajja okugenda nakyo kati nebanga sina kizaako okujjako okulinda omwana wange muziike.
Bavuka bannange munaje muli lwana entalo zosobola entalo zotasobola zireke kubanga kibi nnyo omuzadde okutuna mu ntaanaayo.
Friends and relatives of Tusovida Ibrahim alias Jinja are perturbed by the blogger's death.
Gundi live ze zibadde zinyuma weewawo zibadde oluusi zina bezinyigiriza naye kyebasinga kibajja mu misingako kwogera nga ye ekintu bw'aba akirabye.
Namwegomba ddanga buloga nga mwagala ne tutandika okukolagana ne tufuuka baluganda byayogera byokka nga binyumira.
Kati abantu abasobola okutwala obudde ne boogera ensonga eyo eruma abantu ate ndoza nti bali badde bibasinga okwogera ow'amawulire okuba waaki nga yakulaga kibadde kusinga.
Meja Nareiso vaayo gy'oli yonna olumirirwa abasiraamu tukoye okubanga abasiraamu tebatulumirirwa lwaki babeeranga batutta bwe batyo yabadde alina kaki.
The deputy police spokesperson Kampala Metropolitan Local Weyesigire confirmed the death of Tusubira Ibrahim and that the investigations into the matter are ongoing.
The driver, we had a driver, one Waswa, Matthias. He's currently into our custody for different reasons, as we take his statement and him being the only witness, he's also pretty much under protection.
Tusubira Ibrahim, who has been a president of Uganda Bloggers Association, was laid to rest at his ancestral home at around 4 p.m. this Sunday in Nkokonjeru, Mukono district. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
The body of Isma Tusubira, known as Isma Olaxess, has been laid to rest at his ancestral home at Katwe village in Nachsunga district in Mukono. The burial was in accordance to the Islamic tradition and attracted mourners from all walks of life.
Hundreds of mourners flocked Katwe village in Mukono district for the send-off of Isma Tusubira, who has been laid to rest at his ancestral home. Dua prayers were led by Sheikh Yunus Uchuzito, who urged mourners to work for Jannah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kyakuwadde chance olwaleero ossa mbasaba buli omu akuse chance eyo Allah gyamuwadde okubeera nti weddako mukiba nga waliwo embeera ebadde tetambula bulungi nkusaba obeere ng'ogirongoosa weetegekera akaseera nga kano nga tukuŋŋaanye mu lujje wammwe.
Sheikh Yusuf also cautioned the mourners against misusing social media platforms.
So tuli ku mulembe ogw'empuliziganya ekika ekya waggulu nsaba mubeere beegendereza nnyo ddala.
Bloggers and artists who attended Isma's burial ceremony, led by Bebe Cool, praised the late for his contribution to the society.
Tetulina nnyo bantu bangi basobola kunnyonnyola newankubadde babeera bamanyi ekyokwogera naye baganda bange tufiiriddwa nnyo. Isma abadde asobola okugatta era lesa atugasse ffe nga bloggers kubanga at least kati musobola okulaba nti organization y'aba bloggers kati mirimu tebikyali bya kiyaye.
They however expressed dissatisfaction over the arrest of bloggers on several occasions.
Twayingira omulimu guno gwa blogging nga tuli ku saidi y'NRM fa abandi badde babeera very protective one. Isma afuda alina obulumi ku mutima ta protectingibwa.
Team MK led by Baram Barugahare dismissed the allegations on social media about the cause of Isma's death. Haji Muhammad Kasajja, father to the deceased, asked mourners to pray for him to overcome the challenging moment. Haji Muhammad Kasujja also thanked those who have been there for them in the trying moment. The chief mourner and MP for Kampala Central, Muhammad Nsereko, condemned the murder of Lubega Isima and called for forgiveness.
Okubeera mutima nga naye bw'osaba nti ya Rabbi ya Allah nsaba onsonyiwe funa space mutima ogaye nange nsobola okusonyiwa abalala naye anayi yefudde Somalia kiki buli kimu kyabadde boogera nga bakatwaleeta security mumu bwe ggulufu basasikana agakuba abantu enjakera gavaawa
Namamode, UBC News.
May his soul rest in eternal peace and the Lord strengthen his family and friends, because the media fraternity has lost a friend and a person who wouldn't miss his words for anything. In more stories still about Isma, government has condemned the manner in which a renowned city blogger, Ibrahim Tusobira alias Isma Olaxess, was gunned down this Saturday night, with the Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomosi, referring to it as a cowardly act. According to Dr. Chris Baryomosi, investigations into this incident have commenced and those behind it will be brought to book, as he said.
In a space of just 5 days, the country has witnessed 2 incidents of gun murder. The Saturday night gun down of city blogger Tusobira Ibrahim, alias Isma Olaxess, has not only sent many in shock but brings about more questions.
Well, it is very unfortunate that Isma is Tusobira, but known as Olaxess, Isma or Tataichuli, who is a popular blogger, was gunned down in cold blood. It's very unfortunate, and we condemn this act of killing people anyhow, without reason.
The Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomosi, notes that there is no justification for such cowardly acts.
It is shameful that somebody can just get a gun and shoot somebody. Even if you have conflicts, even if you have disagreements, why wouldn't you settle those disagreements amicably, either through discussion or through courts of law? Because we have a functioning judicial system, there is no reason whatsoever why anybody should pull the trigger to kill any other person.
According to government, investigations into the incident have since then commenced.
And the state, through its intelligence and security machinery, including police, is carrying out investigations with a view of apprehending whoever is behind this heinous act.
Minister Dr. Chris Baryomosi, however, notes that for conclusive management of such matters, the investigating bodies needs to be accorded much more time.
Investigations do not take 1 day or 2 days. Sometimes they can take years, but you know, in most of these cases, there are suspects who have been charged and they are in prison. What we call for is patience and also cooperation from the public. Like in this case, if anybody has information that can help police and investigators get a clue to whoever could be behind this, then that information should be given.
At such a time, many have questioned whether the CCTV cameras installed in most parts of the country are still serving their main purpose.
The government has been improving systems to help in investigations, like the installation of CCTV cameras and many other forms of supportive infrastructure. And they have been helping. Actually, in the past, we have used footages from our cameras to apprehend people who are behind most of these crimes.
With other bloggers like Bajo claiming having threats against their lives, government guides as follows.
What we expect of citizens is that if there are threats against your life, then you should report those threats to police. But also, if somebody has recorded his voice to announce threats, like in this case, Mr. Bajo, police should pick interest in those kind of allegations and assertions and maybe invite him to give more information, and if he has named individuals, then they can also be interrogated.
Tusobira has this Sunday been laid to rest in Mukono district as investigations into his murder take center stage. Robert Onyango, UBC News, Kanungu district.
Thank you so much, Robert Onyango, for the update from government. Now, President Advisor on Special Operations, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, has given 274 cows to residents of Agago district who lost their livestock to the Karamojong rustlers. This follows an earlier visit by the MK team to the area where General Muhoozi promised heightened security and support to residents. The Senior Presidential Advisor on Special Operations, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, has given residents of Agago 274 cows in fulfillment of an earlier promise to them. This is after they reported to him that cattle rustlers had stolen their cattle. Residents were thankful to General Muhoozi and were visibly excited for the gift and hoped to have a socio-economic transformation.
Compensated them, those 274 cows. So please accept the 20 that you have refused so far. You receive those 30, the 274, which you shall share equally.
The district chairperson Agago Opio Ajok was among those that appreciated General Muhoozi's assistance to the communities that lost their cattle to suspected rustlers.
He saw people who were really devastated because of the race of the Karamojong. Then he told them, please give me time. I'm your son. But 20 days after the meeting, I got a call that the animals are on the way, is coming. And as you can see, we have 274 very, very healthy head of cattle. Now the community up there, they're extremely happy. See, one thing that I really want to appreciate from the bottom of my heart is the quality of the animals.
To combat the rising security threats by cattle rustlers in Kotido, Agago, Abim, Kitgum, Alebtong and Otuke, security agencies have enhanced joint patrols and deployments in these areas.
The Majong raiders are causing loss of lives. This loss of lives not only for civilians, even for UPDF. You have the records. Please, these people must be considered terrorists and rebels so that they're dealt with.
The situation is improving. So far, we've managed to block them and to trace them. I think this business of security in the Jinja area within a month will be over.
Residents of Agago district have been asked to work with security agencies to curb crime and enhance economic development.
It's the message that we should hand over these cows to the victims, and we encourage them to keep these cows properly, to keep these cows for prosperity, to keep these cows that they can multiply and be part of their economic gain and improve on their household income. And he told us that we should deliver the message that people should work with the security and to fight criminality within their area of responsibility. And the only way they can do it, they can coordinate with the UPDF, can coordinate with the other security system, security organization, and be able to have their property properly guarded.
This gesture by the Senior Presidential Advisor, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, is part of the compensation program for the families affected by the cattle rustlers to improve their livelihoods. Sharon Kyomugisha, UBC News. Displaced persons in Kisoro have been advised to relocate to safer areas as they wait for relief items from the Office of the Prime Minister. This follows a communication by President Museveni contained in a statement that was read for him by the State Minister for Youth and Children Affairs, Sarah Mateke.
President Yoweri Museveni has advised persons affected by floods in Kisoro district to relocate to safer places as they wait for relief from government. A number of residents in the flood-affected plains of Kisoro district are still homeless after their homes were damaged by flash floods. The Minister of State for Youths and Children, Sarah Mateke, delivered the message of comfort from President Yoweri Museveni, soothing persons affected by the floods and landslides in the district, and promised urgent help.
Disaster was in Nyarusiza sub-county. This time we are in Murura sub-county, and we have lost, the death toll so far has reached 10. In Murora, we have lost 8, and in Muramba, we lost 2 children who were taken by water.
Sarah Mateke urged residents to change their land use practices. She also urged parents to caution their children against playing in stagnant water.
And we have advised people in such areas, especially those that are flooded, because we don't know what will happen at night, that we can take refuge at one of the primary schools, Kamami Primary School, which is more spacious and which is not prone to floods.
Kisoro resident District Commissioner Haj Shafiq Sekandi confirmed that 10 people were killed by mudslides and flash floods which hit the area mid this week.
Now the number is 10, and we are asking our chiefs, the town agents, to compile more data about these families because we have their parents. Office of the Prime Minister has promised to give us some help. I want to thank Red Cross. Today they have given some of these families. We have now homeless people.
The councillor representing Morora Sub-County, Innocent Iradukunda, thanked rescue teams, mainly Uganda Red Cross Society, for their swift response to those in need. Uganda Red Cross Society delivered relief aid worth $10,000 to the victims affected by the floods and mudslides in Mlora Sub-County and Chahafi Town Council. The non-food items delivered include blankets, jerrycans, solar lamps, saucepans, kitchen sets, among others. Over 150 houses were damaged, leaving hundreds of people stranded with no shelter. Diano Olwen Peters for UBC TV.
20 Ugandans have been returned home from Sudan, where a conflict between army generals erupted recently. Ugandan ambassador to Sudan, Yahya Semudu, said based on the figures recorded, only 13 persons are now missing.
A joyful occasion for those who were repatriated at the airport, describing the challenges they went through as scary until they were brought home. They commended government for the timely intervention because other nationalities have been suffering.
Of course, they acted very fast in evacuations. Just because the city was so large, some people could not get to the buses, but I really thank the embassy. I want to thank the Ugandans in the Khartoum group. They coordinated as much as they could to get to everybody, but because of the internet and communication being cut off and all that, definitely not everybody could get on board.
They thanked President Yoweri Museveni for helping them leave Sudan that is now torn apart by an internal conflict.
Just said maybe they have left me. I was just there waiting. I was with some Sudanese family. They were comforting me. We shall be here. Don't worry, we shall be here. But for me, I was telling them, no, if this war continues, I must go what? I must go home. So I got in contact, because I was in the group, I got in contact with these people. I was asking them, where are you? How do I reach you? All the money I had, I gave to the man who brought me from Omdurman.
Ambassador Dr. Rashid Yahya Semudu says only 13 Ugandans have been left out of the 300 registered.
Who have arrived today at Entebbe Airport. I take this opportunity to welcome you on behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, on behalf of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, on behalf of the entire government of Uganda. Welcome back home. The whole government, the whole nation is all happy that you are back safely and in good shape as you are today. To make sure.
He added that no Ugandan will pay any money after the repatriation and they will be taken home.
We are remaining with one lady who is still in Egypt, and she was guided to contact our embassy in Cairo. Plus 13 other Ugandans, of which 5 are still at Al Salama Hospital, and 8 are the ones who are still in Khartoum, and the government is doing whatever possible.
The first 201 Ugandans were welcomed by Presidential Advisor on Special Operations, General Muhoozi early this week.
And everything, all the rooms were broken, and the school money which they had, everything was taken, and the sisters were chased on the road. They were walking on the road. Good Samaritans took them in their houses, and by chance, God managed to bring them to us in Elobey. But Elobey
Makerere University Muslim Medical Students Association has welcomed Year 1 Muslim students and handed over power to the new executive committee. The chairperson, Islamic Medical Association of Uganda, Professor Majid Kajimu, encouraged students to be of good health and also be very good health professionals with a target to improve the quality of the health workforce.
Makerere University Muslim Science students have officially been welcomed to the College of Health Sciences with a call on them to appreciate hard work. The chairperson, Islamic Medical Association of Uganda, Professor Majid Kajimu, encouraged Muslim students to join the Islamic Medical Association of Uganda for more opportunities in their profession.
And we've been introducing them to our organization, the Islamic Medical Association of Uganda, whose main objective is to improve the quality of the health workforce, targeting Muslim health professionals as our number one group that we have a comparative advantage. So we're telling them that the most important thing that they should use to build their professionalism is prayer, ensuring that they pray regularly and remember God in whatever they are doing.
Professor Majid Kajimu said the health profession is challenging, but advised them never to give up asking for their rights from government.
We go through many challenges when we're seeing patients, and so we expect that the community will reward us accordingly, because we do things that wake up, we don't sleep so that other people can sleep. We do all sorts of things which other people cannot do. So we think that the people should be remunerated accordingly.
Makerere University Imam Dr. Sowed Juma Mayanja. Makerere University Imam Dr. Sowed Juma Mayanja advised medical students to be patient and said the medicine is a medical profession.
That in the process of acquiring knowledge, because acquiring knowledge is embedded in the first verses of the Quran, the first verses to be revealed in the Quran. Now, in the process of acquiring knowledge, they need to be patient.
The outgoing president, Islamic Medical Association of Uganda Students Branch, Zubair Chisambira, said the association will be majorly be used for mentorship.
That's why we join our hands in these organizations to make sure we build a stronger force that can put out our colors brightly out there to the world, to see that the Muslims at least are doing something in the community from the literate part of, from their literate part.
Students were urged to focus on different organizations that will help them enhance their profession.
Encourage them to be on the straight line well at medical school so that they really pass through the medical profession very well. They shouldn't just sit down, be alone, without knowing that even there are some other medical associations which can really help them out.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Now, the government of Uganda is to phase out all health centre 2s and 3s as one way to empower health centre 4s, which are to be upgraded to hospital status that could handle the patients at the county level. In this arrangement, medical personnel at health centre 4s shall be at the station full-time without excuse.
The Assistant Commissioner, Environmental Earth, Minister of Earth, Moses Kabanji, has assured Ugandans that government is planning to phase out Earth Center 2s and 3s as one way of empowering Earth Center 4s to upgrade to hospital status.
The sole purpose is that we strengthen the Health Center 3s, we strengthen the other health facilities, because I may need to inform you, the Health Center 4s are now going to be community hospitals. So we are trying to build and strengthen these facilities at that level so that they can offer more community-related services.
He was presiding over the closure of the 18th Makerere University Environmental Health Students Association Conference held under the theme Environmental Health and its contribution to combating emerging and re-emerging diseases.
Professionalism, especially when they finish their school, collaboration and coordination with other sectors, because we can't work alone in isolation, but also the issue of skilling, that people should not only come and think that what they have studied is enough.
The Dean of School of Public Health, Makerere University, Professor Wanyenze Roda, observed that students have engaged themselves in community health care to make them aware that some diseases are preventable.
So they are utilizing that to add value, but it also gives us a platform, again, to engage with other stakeholders. The Environmental Health Workers Association, they have been very supportive of this, those that are already out in the field.
The Patron Student Association, who is also a lecturer in the Department of Disease Control and Environment School of Public Health, Ruth Muhoozi, noted that more efforts have been put in place to prevent people from getting ill.
Emphasis has been put on the curative aspects of health. More money and budgetary allocations are given to drugs and treatment, yet environmental health is very important because prevention is better than cure. So for the layman, environmental health should be very important because it is the entryway for proper health, and if we don't have good environmental health, we are likely to get diseases.
The Pan-Dental Symposium that has attracted hundreds of dentists across the country, held at the dental school, Makerere University, has ended with a call to improve on the treatment of different diseases. The president of Uganda Dental Association, Dr. Bilene Yanjik, noted that the public should stop taking processed foods in large quantity as they are the major cause of tooth decay.
Another thing is brushing your teeth. You must brush before you sleep. And in the morning, after your breakfast, about half an hour after your breakfast, you should brush again. How does that help? Why don't you brush immediately after breakfast? It's because acids are produced in the mouth, whereby if you brush your teeth right after breakfast, you'd be wearing them away.
A senior dental surgeon, Dr. Tom Tiable, says the purpose of bringing different people in the field of dental is to expose them to better methods of dealing with the patients.
Technology has changed the way we do things. In the past, cleaning instruments and cleaning the work area with jig was the norm. But jig is very corrosive and it's not a good item to use in the long run. It may clean up the surfaces, but it is also harmful to the users.
Experts have enlightened participants on the approach in dealing with dental treatment, most especially when it comes to refilling the tooth.
Reduce the consumption of sodas, get your dental checkups with your dentist, have a personal relationship with your dentist, so that your dentist can...
A team of experts from the World Bank has visited Kasese district to monitor and assess the performance of various interventions aimed at mitigating the flood effects of River Nyamwamba among communities. The team visited Kilembe Mines Limited, where the river extensively damaged a number of structures, as you're about to witness.
Government, through the Ministry of Water and Environment, has taken a keen interest in ensuring that flooding in the area is controlled. The commissioner from the Ministry of Water and Environment, Dr. Kalist Tindimugaya, said that the ministry has done what is possible to ensure that the World Bank gives funds to support the project.
And I must say that we spent some time discussing and making really a strong justification why this project should be supported, but also to cut money from other projects, activities to fund. So when we started, frankly, we were not sure what we were going to get. I remember here, when the Prime Minister was here, the Minister requested me to come and mention what we are going to do. The Prime Minister said, "Are you sure that you are going to deliver what you are talking about?" I said, "We are going to try our best."
The acting director, Worldwide Fund, Simon Peter Weldong, explained that the support is timely and aims at supporting nature and communities surrounding River Nyamwamba.
To us, I think this was an intervention worthwhile, seeing that we are doing something, trying to do something to help people and nature who were desperate because of the disasters that was coming actually as a result of natural resources. If we didn't do that, people would continue to hate nature. And when people continue to hate nature, that is why they will continue to degrade natural resources.
A water specialist from the World Bank appreciated the work so far done to manage flooding in the area.
The country and the continent has got a big challenge in terms of creating opportunities for the young people that you see here. So this project provided an opportunity for us to work as a team to create opportunities around water and environmental resources. And that's why they're talking about incubation. So by incubation, we are saying, look, let's look at supporting these startups that we have seen, how they can start their business, how they can manage their business. But most importantly, how do they sustain?
Kasese leaders thanked the team from the World Bank, especially in the reconstruction of infrastructure affected by floods.
It had bridges on this river. It had 8 bridges on this river Nyamwamba. It is a distance of around 20 kilometers. We had 8 bridges. Actually here there was a bridge here, which was crossing, it was washed away. There were other bridges. Now out of the 8 bridges we had, we are remaining with 2.
If this work is done and there is no work done downstream, this may be rendered useless. But if the whole sketch is covered, then that's when we shall realize the benefits. We do appreciate what has been sunk in. As a community, people are really appreciative, but we are worried that if the downstream is not worked upon, then we may not achieve the overall goal.
Moving on from that, believers have been urged. Now, I beg your pardon, the Deputy Resident City Commissioner, Jinja, Henry Chitambula, has asked Ugandans not to wait for the President to sign the anti-homosexuality bill, but to ensure the vice is fought. Chitambula was passing out patriots at St. John's SS, Wachitaka in Jinja District.
About a week ago, the Uganda Parliament passed the anti-homosexuality bill with amendments and only waiting for the President to assent to the bill. According to the Deputy RCC Jinja City, Henry Chitambula, Uganda should wait for the President to sign the bill but to instill good morals among their children.
Fine, we have not got anything. So we are happy that the headmistress is in charge. But when someone tells you that we are suspecting such a school, so far we have not got in the Jinja district, we have not identified any. Maybe we have not completed all the secondary schools. You never know that in the second term we may get one. But in Jinja district we have not got any like that one in the city.
He alleged that this peculiar culture is not godly but weird. Chitambula was passing out patriots at St. John's SS Wachitaka in Jinja City.
About loving your country, loving yourself, loving the property that we have in school. So you find that in school here, these learners have gained values of appreciating material that have given before them, like the furniture.
Meanwhile, the Deputy RDC Jinja District, Juma Chigongo, said his office has instituted investigations into alleged homosexuality in all secondary schools in Jinja.
We are a religious country, our motto is for God and our country, so we must uphold, we must promote that. The mission of these whites, they want to have a very weird birth control. Because if you have a man and a man in marriage, a woman and a woman in marriage, definitely you will not have children.
He was at College Wairaka and also passed out patriots. The head teacher, College Wairaka, Namutose Hilda, said the school has a challenge of dilapidated asbestos sheets, which is a danger to the school. Various schools in Jinja have embraced patriotism training.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21 hash or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is our family's pride, and as her father, I will protect her from child marriage and talk to her about the dangers of teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and pregnancy, because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sauti 116.
Iwakato, this is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100 *1 hash. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today. Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Tales of Kasese, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello? This is Kasese. How can I help you?
Hey, Kasese, my brother. Long time. We last met when we were at campus. It's been a while, but you are the person I'm looking for.
Campus? Really?
Hey, you don't remember me?
Okay, so how can I help you?
I'm stuck in Gulu making millions, and I need to urgently send money to my sick mother. But I can't find any mobile money agent near me. I've sent the money to your phone, as you can see the message. It might take a few minutes to come through, but I urgently need you to send the money to my mother. Let me send you her number, and you send it to her chap.
My friend, I'm afraid your mom is going to die.
What?
Because I don't know you, I never went to campus, and I'm also in Gulu. So can we meet at CPS, we talk about it?
Stay tuned for what Kasese does next.
Tofera, refrain from unnecessary engagement with strangers over the phone. This message is powered by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Glow as you are with the new Spark 10 series smartphone from Airtel in partnership with Tecno. Own the timelines with picture-perfect selfies using the 32-megapixel selfie camera, 256GB storage, G88 gaming processor, and a strong battery to last the whole day. Towakana.
The Spark 10 smartphone comes with free 3GB from Airtel and 100% bonus on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months, so you can stay connected to a world of possibilities. Dial *100 *5 hash to enjoy free data. The new Spark 10 is available in all selected Tecno shops countrywide. Airtel, the smartphone network in partnership with Tecno. Stop at nothing.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial *185 hash and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
We'll come back from that short commercial break. In our business stories, the campaign to encourage coffee farmers in the Bayside region to embrace smart agricultural practices and fight effects of climate change has been launched. The Bay region is a hotspot of climate change disasters, which is why they're launching the campaign in the area.
Solidaridad and Rabobank, in partnership with other partners in agriculture, have launched a campaign to combat the effects of climate change in the Mount Elgon region. The campaign intends to equip coffee farmers in the region with better farming skills and practices like intercropping. Margaret Mobelt from Rabobank, a Dutch-based banking institution, says with better farming practices, farmers can record better yields.
We have come up with this proposition of promoting agroforestry, and while farmers plant trees on their lands, it has many benefits for them. It makes them more climate resilient because of the trees are very good for the soil. It provides shades, better water retention, so you avoid erosion of land.
Maber Joseph, the Solidaridad's project associate, explains that coffee farmers can reap big if they intercrop.
We want to see that farmers are practicing smart agricultural practices in their coffee gardens. When they practice carbon farming or coffee agroforestry farming, their trees and their coffee take in carbon. When you see a tree increasing in gas, that means the tree is taking in carbon and releasing out oxygen.
Mirika Kisa, a coffee farmer in Tegeres sub-county Kwen district, testifies that after receiving a training from Solidaridad, she realized a better harvest.
Intercropping my coffee with the trees, I saw the harvest of coffee has increased, and it has helped me a lot because I get firewood from here. I get manure. When the leaves fall down, they decompose and give me a lot of manure on the garden, and it becomes easy for me even to dig.
The manager extension services for UCDA, Robert Nangasa, however, warns coffee farmers and value chain actors who violate environment and economic principles risk being dropped out of the business.
All the exporters to ensure that they observe environmental and human rights practices.
Experts have urged coffee farmers to desist from rampant acts of land fragmentation. Diana Olwen Peters, Yiga Muhammad, UBC News.
Moving on from that, bee farmers in Busia district are reaping big from honey. This follows increased demand of honey on both sides of the border, as you're about to watch.
Farmers like Mamba Owodwari of Buhonje village in Buyunda parish and Friday Patrick of Buhawuli village, Bulumbi parish in Bulumbi sub-county, say that the demand for honey has energized them to embrace the business.
Kuna bukuba hula funanga emitwalo milioni ndala emitwalo nga kitano emitwalo nga kidatu bisisire era osibe chuha homu.
Mamba Owodwari says that he has managed to educate his children, bought a motorcycle and built residential and commercial houses all through beekeeping.
Kenya eza Kenya mbatu ze Kenya kati kiremu loko tunani so 10 mu bitano kati eza Uganda bandi mu mibale na.
Owodwari wants government to help them with some skilling programs.
Sirina byekozesebwa ate sirina katali nga konzolo kunyamba ko ne bangamba ati kati wano katali ekali wano munyambe ko wano kati nange neno nyesa we nonyese nga wola benyuki we nonyese kyokulya kati wola banange kwa ki nonyesa no mpala mpala neno kanifunayo nenga ebizibu birimo sirina kyokozesa sirina baloni nyekoza kati bino sirina kintu kyona kati nange ngenda buli genzi ne sinu mu bwere ngo simbe naye nga walokuba tunonya sente toja kukowa entuno okola.
The harvest of honey is always done at night by use of smoke while bare-chested. The bee farmers have appealed to government to support them with harvesting gears, among other enablers in their business.
Jerry, hey, Master Blaster, touch him, man. Bang Jerry with muscle. Those ones who say go for you only. Mundaba. First group is I teach you. When I go to the muscari, because of the cover that is very far. Is you serious? Is serious you? What? Yeah? You step it on it. Add kilometers to your legs, and you get your sugar. Will you buy meat from Umaru? And Umaru refuse to give you enough meat. Show him that they don't joke with you.
Okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako, n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu tere kitulema.
You're welcome to our last segment of UBC News Tonight today on the 7th of May 2023. Uganda has over the last 3 days been blessed by the visit of World's Netball's Regional Development Manager for Africa, Sharon Smith. During her stay, several meetings offered an insight on the future of the sport, with government committing close to R1 billion in the short run. Take a look.
After the dark cloud that hovered over Uganda Netball Federation to levels of putting World Cup participation in doubt, a visit by World Netball's Regional Development Manager for Africa, Sharon Smith, has allayed fears. Smith arrived in the country on Friday and has since had meetings with government, National Council of Sports and the Uganda Olympic Committee. All her engagements offer light at the end of the tunnel for the Netball Federation's future, especially participation at the Netball World Cup in July.
I am absolutely grateful, and I would like to express sincere appreciation to the government of Uganda for making it possible for the She Cranes to participate in this year's World Cup. We have all the support with regards to finances, everything that is needed by the government of Uganda, by the Olympic Committee, to make sure that the She Cranes will be well prepared. We'll have warm-up games in Cape Town prior to the event, and that they will compete.
Acting Uganda Netball Federation President, Brigadier General Flavia Byekwanso uploaded government that has committed 968 million shillings towards a successful Netball World Cup, and also promised to secure infrastructure to enable hosting of competition of international stature.
The Uganda government is going to release 968 and a few shillings million to the Federation. But this includes, again, in preparation for the game, which takes the bulk of that money. We have, when we were budgeting, we made sure anything concerning the preparation, like I said, takes first call on this money. Of course, there are other administrative issues that we are going to handle out on that money, but the game and preparations and the movement of girls, the residential training, non-residential training, the coaches, payment of allowances, transport, booking South Africa, the hotels, all those ones are the first call on this money.
Uganda takes part in its third consecutive Netball World Cup and will contest Group D alongside reigning champions New Zealand, Trinidad and Tobago, and Singapore. The Netball World Cup of 16 nations with 4 from Africa will start on 28th July till 6th August in Cape Town, South Africa. John Barnes Sentamo, UBC News.
Thank you so much for watching UBC News Tonight. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. You can stay tuned for more programming coming your way, and we'll leave you with a weather forecast. Plus, have a beautiful, blessed beginning of week to the end. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning on UBC. My name is Teresa Millie with your weather update. We are still having light showers here and there across the parts of our country, though most of the areas now are having sunny intervals. This is due to the ridging over the northern part of our country, pushing in the dry, hazy winds and pushing out the rainbow that should have brought in the moist winds, bring us the rainfall, hence the reduction in the rainfall here and there. Though still, we are still having light showers due to the local infects. Tomorrow morning, we expect to wake up with light showers across the capital city Kampala. The next other areas across near it are going to have sunny intervals. Eastern part of our country with sunny intervals across Soroti, but the rest of the place with light showers. The western stretch is expected to have sunny intervals, and in the northern part of our country will still have a domination of sunny intervals. Afternoon hours, we are seeing a pickup of light showers still across Kampala with the maximum of 28 degrees Celsius, Masindi with 29 degrees Celsius, but with sunny intervals dominating most of the parts. Eastern part of our country, in the afternoon hours, we are seeing a domination of sunny intervals at a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius across Soroti, and the rest of the place with 28 degrees Celsius. The western stretch with sunny intervals at a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius across Kasese, 30 across Masindi, and 24 degrees Celsius, the lowest across the highlands of Kabale. Northern part of our country, we have a domination of sunny intervals at a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius most parts of the areas, apart from Gulu, where we are seeing cloudy conditions at a maximum of 33 degrees still. Is moving out of Kampala toward the few cities across the globe. Your forecasting is sunny intervals with light isolated showers across in the neighborhood of Nairobi at a maximum 24 degrees Celsius. Dubai with sunny conditions together with Cairo at a maximum of 37 degrees Celsius across Dubai. London with rainfall at a maximum of 16 degrees Celsius. It's a bit chilly that side. Thanks for tuning on UBC. My name is Kasese. Stay tuned and see you.